Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, your home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. In today's video, we've got a lithium stock you may want to take a look at. The name is LIFFT Power Ltd. Very interesting assets that we're going to talk about in today's presentation, along with some key recent developments. A lot to go through in today's video. Before we do though, please take a second, smash the like button guys. Big help to myself and the channel, especially in getting this content to other people like you who may find interest. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of LIFFT Power, if you've looked at this company in the past, and your outlook on the lithium space as a whole in the next few quarters. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing a deep dive analysis into LIFFT Power Ltd. Trades on the TSX Venture here in Canada under the ticker LIFT or LIFT. Obviously a play on lithium, as that's one of the key focal points of this company, as we're going to learn later in today's presentation. Now this is as of midday on Monday, September 16th. The company is down half a cent or about 1.5% per share. Currently trading hands at $3.25 with a market cap in the neighborhood of about $140 million. Now, interestingly enough, keep in mind this is on the TSX Venture, so that's Canadian dollars. They do trade on the OTCQX in the United States as well. On that exchange, their ticker is LIFFF. And as you can see in the recent news developments, some key updates for LIFT that we're going to talk about next up in today's presentation. Now, another exciting thing I wanted to mention, if you look at a 1-month graph here, we're going to talk about this share price volatility or action a little bit later in the presentation, but a very good looking chart at a 1-month interval, really up and to the right, all the way from August 16th when they were trading in the $2.03 range. Now, because this is the first time covering LIFFT Power on the channel, I wanted to go into the corporate about us located on the company website. You can see both of their tickers or listings up top, along with their Frankfurt exchange listing. And if we scroll down to the corporate about us section, again, available in the video description notes below, LIFT is a mineral exploration company engaged in the acquisition, exploration, and development of lithium pegmatite projects located here in Canada. Now, the company's flagship project is the Yellowknife Lithium Project located in the Northwest Territories. The Yellowknife Project is comprised of mineral leases that cover the majority of the lithium pegmatites that make up the Yellowknife Pegmatite Province, and numerous spodumene-bearing pegmatites with strike lengths up to 1,800 meters and outcrop widths up to 30 meters are located within the project, so prominent that they can actually be seen from satellite imagery. So a very exciting project within the LIFT portfolio. And you'll note they also hold 3 early stage exploration projects or properties in Quebec with excellent potential for additional discovery of buried lithium pegmatites, as well as the Kali project, which we just saw listed under that recent press release in Northwest Territories within the Little Nahanni pegmatite group. And that's actually the one you can see that just quadrupled in size through staking activity. Now, if we jump into the corporate presentation, there's a number of key catalysts or reasons why LIFFT Power may pique your investment interests, including resource potential, as we just talked about, infrastructure or existing infrastructure access, including roads and rail to all of these locations, expedited strategy with an aggressive drill plan, an MER in the second half of this year, a focus on ESG, which we'll talk about in a second, an experienced team with a long-standing track record of discovery, M&A, and mine building, along with timing and first mover advantage as we start to see not only an increased demand for lithium and battery metals, but also an appetite to onshore or in turn reduce our reliance on other countries for a lot of these rare earth or battery type minerals and materials. Now, we just talked about their projects. Again, you can see the flagship Yellowknife project in Northwest Territories, the properties in Quebec, and the Kali project in Northwest Territories. And worth noting, over 50,000 meters of drilling has been completed as of April of this year at the Yellowknife project, along with results from 286 drill holes, with indications of extensive width and excellent grades that we just looked at on that last slide. And this is actually a look at the management team here, headed by Francis McDonald, the CEO and director. He co-founded Kenorland Minerals and prior to that worked with Newmont Mining. You can see a long and diverse history in terms of experience and former positions on the management team here at LIFT, with additional information about the infrastructure, rail lines, and ESG highlights of this organization available in the investor deck. Now, where this gets really interesting is if you jump over to stocknewstrends.com, they actually just put out an article on LIFT Power Corp talking about the growing lithium demand and the fact that this little known lithium explorer being LIFT Power Corp may be about to have its Nvidia moment. So they then go on to talk about why now could be a great time to start your research on LIFT. They then compare the share price or stock chart to Nvidia, which we all are aware is up over 2,800% in 5 years. And then showing that impressive monthly chart we saw in the intro for LIFT Power with approximately 60% growth in a single month. And with that being said, they then go on to lay out 7 key reasons why LIFT Power may be worth a closer look. Now, first and foremost, they talk about the strategic lithium deposits, which we just looked at in the investor presentation, favorable market timing, which we'll come on to in a second, the global EV adoption, which we've covered extensively in prior videos, really driving the long-term demand for lithium and lithium batteries. Limited competition, specifically here in North America, as there's a focus to onshore the sourcing and production of things like lithium. Some of those historical parallels, like we saw with the Nvidia chart, talking about transformative technology and that first mover advantage, which is a great segue into point 6, talking about that largely untapped lithium resource and the huge potential for this market. And finally, the 7th point, talking about that recent market recognition or share price move of approximately 60% over the last month, again, which we saw in the intro. Now, if you've been watching this channel for some time, it should come of no surprise that lithium is really a key focal point in terms of the future of electronic vehicles and clean energy, everything from solar panels to battery systems, and obviously the powertrain or drivetrain for these electric vehicles. Not to mention smartphones, tablets, laptops, earbuds, and wearable technology like watches. And as a result, firms like Benchmark Mineral Intelligence are expecting a 90% increase in lithium demand by 2030, really due to some of lithium's key benefits, including its lightweight nature and electrochemical potential. And here you can see some additional projections with the EV battery market growing from around $76 billion this year to an estimated $573 billion by 2033. And the North American battery market specifically expanding from $9 billion this year to $78 billion by 2033 as well. Now, what's exciting about LIFT Power and other lithium explorers is as demand for renewable energy and vehicles or electric vehicles that require lithium surges, companies that have lithium assets obviously stand to benefit, specifically here in Canada and the United States. Here's a more detailed view of that Yellowknife Lithium Project that we talked about in the Northwest Territories, along with some of the key metrics, including that impressive 50,000 meter drill program and the substantial progress they've made in defining their resource base. Now, they then go on to talk about the McNallie Lithium Project, which really borders the Northwest Territories and the Yukon. And this one again showing very promising initial field work with their grab samples returning grades above 1% lithium oxide. And as we saw on that initial press release, they've recently quadrupled the size of the McNallie property by staking an additional 9,681 hectares, which positions LIFT Power at the forefront of lithium exploration with one of the most sought after lithium districts in North America. And you can see the CEO, Francis McDonald, goes on to say acquiring new areas through staking is the most cost-effective way to increase a company's land position. The expansion couldn't have been more perfectly timed, again with existing road access and infrastructure to this project already available. Now, they then go on to give an update on some of their greenfield projects in Quebec, including James Bay, and some of their metallurgical testing and early results to date. Now, from there, the article talks about the strategic advantage infrastructure provides to these companies, with some of the most difficult pieces of exploration actually being transportation. And then finish off with the fact that LIFT Power's exploration strategy is underpinned by favorable market timing, including lithium prices, although they're down from their peak a couple of years ago, remaining relatively strong and expected to increase rapidly in coming decades along with demand. Now finally, they talk about their ESG commitments or environmental social governance with a long-term focus on sustainability, aiming to navigate the regulatory framework and maintain those positive relationships with local stakeholders that are so critical in the mining and exploration field. So for those reasons, you guys, I definitely recommend LIFT Power if you're looking for exposure to lithium or lithium exploration. Definitely one you may want to take a look at and initiate your own due diligence on. There's a number of key catalysts that have already taken place this year, with many more on the horizon. And feel free to take a look through that recent article, which I'll link in the video description below as well. Now, if you're currently holding LIFT Power, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts in the comments section below, specifically on the lithium market overall. If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure to hit the like button. It really does help get this content to other people like you who may find value. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to join the community. We're currently at 45,500 subscribers. We're well on our way to 46,000. We'd love to have you as part of the team. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.